Hi, it's Sheila from She's a Sassy Lady, and today I got to show you what I'm doing. You know, sometimes you just have to stop and organize, and that's what I'm calling this, is stopping and organizing. I have got a mess of paper, and I kind of took some pictures of some piles, and what I'm doing is I'm going through all these little scraps that we all have, and I've got a ton of them. I mean, I've got piles and piles and piles of scraps, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting them down. These bigger ones I'm cutting into card sizes, and I mean even 3 by 3 card sizes. This is a regular A2, and a bunch of A2s back here. But then I've got some odd sizes because it would fit into that size. And I thought, you know what? I've got an envelope maker. Why not cut some sizes? Cut them down. I need note cards all the time where you give a gift or whatever, and so I cut some small ones too. Then I took, and I've got, these are so far what I have on all, oops, got one in the wrong stack here, on all A2s, all kinds of different kinds of paper. I have got a stack that if you make, what do I want to call them? You know, the cards that stand up, that fold, easel cards. If you have easel cards, I've got all kinds of sides for easel cards, as you can see. Then I have, for the inside of the card, I have insides of cards that are anywhere from 4 to 5 1/4 to 3.75, and I've got them all cut to size. So isn't it wonderful that you have them all cut? And when you're looking for a card, I mean, I've got to use these papers. I also got 5 by 5s, and I took the little squares so that I can have a 5 by 5 card, or I can have a 4 by 4, but all my square cards, papers that came in absolute squares. And then I even found in here, look at this, I found, and I saved these 2 little squares because they're great for using. I've got some purple paper, and they're great for using for easel cards or regular cards. And look at this. I found this in my papers, in my scratch paper. I can use those on a square card. This, so I saved all those, and I put those in one stack all together. So what I'm doing is I got my Cutter Pro out, and all I did was I would take the card or the piece of paper, and I would look at it. Now this is a great one right here because, and excuse my laying just about on top of this thing. Matter of fact, I have to tell you, I'm getting glasses. This would actually fit a 4 1/4 base, so I'm going to take and cut this to a 4 1/4, and then I'm going to cut this to a 5 1/2, and 5 1/2 is 11 inches. 11 inches, and there we have it. And then I automatically just fold it up so I've got it. And then I just stick it in my stack. Now what I've been doing, I started this yesterday. I was going to come up here, and I've got a card already designed, and it's already sitting on YouTube, but I just don't, I've got to get this stuff out of my way. I can't stack up any more papers. I can't do anything until I get these papers out of my way. Oh, and then I took a stack of just miscellaneous stuff that I thought, you know, these would be great on insides of papers, and tops for the squares, but I didn't cut them into squares because I wasn't sure, and I just kept those, and I'll just keep those in here as an example. Look at this. I don't want to throw this out. This was on one of my papers that I cut off. I used just this. I mean, there was a whole sheet of this background color, like this kind of real light peach color, almost pink, a whole sheet of it. And I just cut this off and kept this, and I thought, you know, I could use that on a card, 5 by 7 card. That would turn out great, wouldn't it? So far I haven't had any pieces of paper large enough for a 5 by 7, and that's okay. That's okay. I've got plenty of paper. See, here's another. Here's a circle. I can keep the circle and use that. But that's what I've been doing today, and when it's all done, I'll show you what it looks like when it's all organized, okay? You have a blessed day, and you're going to love all the pictures of just stacks and stacks and stacks of paper. And I didn't get into, I've got some tubs, they're sitting right up here where my hand is. I've got some tubs, they're 12 by 12 sizes that I store paper in. One is close to my heart paper, and the other two are just large scraps, you know, pieces over 11 inches, whatever. And I've got them. So I've got a ton of paper just sitting loose in my scrap room, and we're going to get this organized. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. You have a blessed day. And thank you for watching us here at She's a Sassy Lady. Bye. I tell you what, it's going to take me forever to do this project. I thought I'd come back and show you. I'm running across things and I'm cutting, and look at what I found. I have this little piece of black paper. Look at that. Isn't that a cute note card? Isn't that just adorable? Makes a nice gift card, or you can stamp it with something in. And I was just thinking, I could stamp with something just to, look at this. The Lord is my strength and my song. And I could put that in my purse, and if someone is having a bad day at church, I can just hand them the little card. You know, so at any rate, I've been having fun with this. And I made this little card. And this one I just cut out, and then that's when I thought, I've got to come back and show you. I had this whole piece of chunk of paper left over. And look at that, how it matches. It matches so well. I'm just going to put this together real quick. And we'll have a card. And I just want to show you how easy this is going to be. Now, granted, I have to go through and I'm going to have to stamp and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, so oftentimes we're just busy looking for the paper and trying to get paper that's just perfect. Well, I'm using up my scraps, and how perfect is that? Get that down. Okay, we've got that on there. And then I was thinking, I've got all these little, let's see if we have something like that green in here. I don't know. Look at this. Look at that green. You gotta love that. Then I go into the next size down. These are 5 1/4. See that? 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then this should fit right in here. I'm a little bit heavy. No, I'm not heavy on the one side. But I've got a little fuzzy on the end there. So see what I do? I use my nail thing. And so look at this. So now all I have to do is put this down. Can you tell I'm getting excited? This is going to be great. Have all these papers that have been sitting there in my way. And granted, it'll probably take me another day or two to do this. I just ran out of and put this in here. The colors are unreal, aren't they? Now, I would have never picked those colors out, and you know that's true. They just aren't my colors. And then we'll put this down. And I think I'm going to trim this a little bit shorter because I like to see a little bit more of that green color in there. And let's see, I had a 3.75. I'm going to just do light of 3.75. And do it this way too, just light of. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, looks much better, doesn't it? Okay, we've got another one of these ATGs. Won't worry about this. And then I'll have to find a stamp it, and I am good to go on this card. I hope I don't knock this down because it's right next to my camera. I put my camera right above me so you can see what I'm doing. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?